This the Prince of the Nightlife, DJ Melly Mel, now tuned into the biggest Shenelle Simone, April B, Flu Head, Grew Head podcast. Are you dumb? NYC, the ATL. Yeah, Brooklyn, what up?
Yo, what's good, everyone? You already know who's in the building. It is your girl, Shenelle Simone.
And of course, your girl, April B.
With the Flu Head, Grew Head podcast.
Where worlds collide no matter where you reside. Home.
Y'all, we have no other than mega producer,
super producer,
hood celebrity.
Boy.
What he say? He East Atlanta, but not Santa.
He's East Atlanta, but not Santa. Mr. Hanky in the building.
Period.
What's happening, man? I'm happy to be here on Grew Hill.
Flew here, grew here.
Well, I said Grew Hill because I grew here, so.
Yeah, we in history.
I might flip the podcast on y'all.
See, look.
So according to Mr. Hanky,
it's grew here, flew here.
Yeah, for this episode only.
For this episode. Only he can get that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
That's
that.
it.
Only him. So Hanky, it is so good to have you on here.
Yes.
He over here said it was my fault. That's why the link up didn't happen.
We here though, so it's cool.
We here.
Yeah, it's cool.
You already know. Like I said, y'all, if y'all know Hanky, you could walk in Target, Walmart. You can walk up in the Falcons game, and when I tell you, he just standing there like,
I'm here.
I'm here.
You know, because there's more than one of me, you know.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, you can walk in there, but don't walk up on him. Put it like that, okay?
While he was coming in the studio, hey, I'm like, who don't know?
Who don't know Hanky?
And Hanky know everybody.
Yeah, that's what's my girl down? Coco Kiss was down there.
Oh, you talking about Shake Your Onion?
Yeah. Oh, that's my girl.
Yeah.
We need to get her.
That's the homie. Yeah.
We should have
asked her.
It's funny how I knew the song. Shake Your
The onion booty. Shake your onion booty.
Yo,
no, let's talk.
We go way back.
Right,
that's the homie.
Is she back down
No,
there?
She probably is.
Yeah.
She probably is.
And camel toe.
Yeah.
You want a camel toe?
She was with like Stewie.
She was with Stewie.
Yeah, see, we know her. Son,
Yeah, with
stop playing.
E.T.
Shout out
and
to
them.
Coco Kid.
Yeah.
So, baby, you already know how Flew Here, Grew Here podcast go. We about to play First Class versus Coach.
Yes,
April,
sir.
let them know.
Okay, so First Class versus Coach is our ghetto version of this or that, all right? If you like it, then it's First Class.
Okay.
If you don't, then it's Coach.
All right.
But here's the kicker, which we're going to have to, I guess, do the thing for him, because if you cannot pick and it's a tie, you have to take a shot.
Okay.
So
in the bowl, Hanky, that would you have to do First Class or Coach, First Class versus Coach, or our this and that. We had took some of your biggest hits because we call you the sample king.
Mm-hmm.
You take a sample and make it into like a whole new
song right.
to where in the next generation we can enjoy it. But we're gonna ask you, do you?
That's the goal.
Right? Do you rock with the original? Or do you rock with your song?
Oh, that's a First Class of Coach question.
Yes.
Yep.
Of course, it's
No,
hold on.
No.
We have this bowl
Uh-huh.
of 5 things in it. This big bowl, the famous Flew Here, Grew Here fish bowl, and you'll pick
I had
out.
a lot of wild nights that started off like this.
This is not that.
Yeah,
This is not that. Just okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pick one. Tell us what it says, and then tell us which one is First Class and which one is Coach.
Okay.
Is that 2 or 1? Oh,
Old Atlanta versus New Atlanta.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that was a wild card.
I would say Southwest. Neither First Class nor Coach, because you can't have one without the other.
No, wait. Get it back. Oh my God.
He already with the bullshit, y'all.
I'm just
All
saying,
right.
if you know Atlanta, like it's like old Atlanta. It wouldn't be no new Atlanta without the old Atlanta and vice versa.
Okay.
Because it's really all the same. Honestly, it's just different time periods.
So do we have to take a shot?
We do. He said Southwest. Shout out to Bombay Vodka.
Yes.
Oh, they gave y'all the big plastic bottle, huh?
But don't glass.
Oh.
They care about the environment.
I mean, they got the handle on it, though, so. That's how y'all feel?
That's how we feel.
Oh, man. I gotta get out.
On. I really didn't feel like taking a shot, but we'll take it for you.
It's okay.
Because we love Bombay Vodka
That
so
much.
All right, so talk about, just real quick, like you said we can't have one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
So he like both. All right.
All right. Well, cheers to the
Because you
tie.
gotta understand, like, there's elements in old Atlanta that will never go away. That makes new Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't get involved in the debates, because it's really not a debate. If you know the real history, it's all related. It's all the same. Perfect example. When the song "Beef It Up" came out, right?
Why me beef it up? Why me funk it out? Yo,
So-
to this day.
But it's crazy. Like, what people don't know, one of the guys in the group was the son of an old Atlanta DJ Man. They used to be part of the J team with Edward J. Mm-hmm. That's like real Atlanta stuff. So it's like when I say you can't have one out the other, it's like ain't nobody really out here popping that ain't connected to somebody from old Atlanta.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a different lingo, different terminology, different tastes in music, but it's all connected.
Okay.
All right.
We love it.
All right. Pick next.
Oh, we gotta pick another one?
Yeah. You gonna pick all of them, but
But we gotta make it interesting.
yeah.
So Freak It versus Good Love.
Oh,
Said you
you
wanna
always have good name.
Hey, come on.
So, I mean, for obvious
Hands on your
reasons,
knees. Hands on your
I
knees.
mean, I'm going with what you said. The old school is what?
It's first class
no,
or
no, which one
will
you
you
pick?
Of course, I'm going with Good Love.
Oh, it's first class for you.
Good Love.
Okay, so
But if it wasn't for freaking, it wouldn't be no good love.
Well, you absolutely right. But
he said, "I don't give a damn. I said what I said."
but for what I got going on, it's Good Love all day. And shout out to Lathan and Jermaine and all them. But yeah.
All right. So, like I said, we gave you the title of Sample King, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know when you're about to pick what sample? Like, who was playing Freak It and was like, you know what? It's about to be a song.
I can't even, like, it's like, so we did Twerkulator first, right? Mm-hmm. And shout out to Coach K, man. Coach had hit me up out the blue. I don't know if he was out one day, and he was like, man, you know what we need to do next? We need to do that Freak It and put the girls on it and go for it.
Who picked Usher?
That would be Coach.
Oh.
So shout out to Coach K. Hit
Shout
the button.
out to Coach K. Oh, the applause, please.
There you go.
Shout out to Coach K. He be making shit happen.
Right. Be making it happen.
Shout out to
But that's why I
P2
said
Lit.
you can't have new without the old. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Without the
Right.
establishment.
Okay.
Okay.
right, cool.
What's next?
Here we go.
What's next?
Lil Jon versus Jermaine Dupri.
Ooh,
yes.
the battle of the producers.
Battle of the producers.
So who's your first class and who's
See,
your?
first of all, y'all don't even know the history of that.
Oh,
That's why I know y'all not-
That's why we
That's
have
why I
you.
know y'all weren't grown here. So,
Hello.
so John used to work. He was an A&R at So Def. That's
Did
when he
not know
did the
that.
So Def based All Stars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with My Boo and
Yeah.
Freak It on it. You know
Which
what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that one.
Yeah, so that's like one of the same. So I can't.
So that's a tie, Fred.
yeah. That's
So
gonna take your shot.
Here's the
Can't
have
have
one without the other.
Can't have one without the other. We all linked up. All right. Let me see. Here we go. On the Way versus Whatever You Want.
Hey, whatever
Do it
you
80
want.
and a 60 fucking ticket.
So
'Cause
which
I
one
ain't
is
had
it?
a pussy in a
got
minute,
to
in a minute.
Whatever
I'm on the
you
way.
need, whatever you need.
I'm on the way.
But y'all sing on it 3 totally different keys.
Yeah, well,
and it ain't but 2 of
I'm
y'all.
doing whatever you want. She's singing.
Doing 80 and a 60
See?
fucking ticket. 'Cause
Whatever
I ain't
you
had a
want.
pussy in a minute. And
Girl, you know I got.
So which one is first class? The old school is first class.
Okay.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is that how it goes? Okay.
once again, it's
So-
whatever you
And
go.
the new school is
Is Coach
Coach.
So
Okay.
pretty much he's paying homage to.
Tony?
I'm saying that is that
No, it's whatever you pick.
Yeah. Which one do you think is top tier, and which one do you think is not top tier? Mm-hmm. And we're not saying that the Coach is
that's such a
bad,
bad.
but
Yeah, it does sound bad, but that's why.
That's why we're flew here, grew here, because we're here to start the bullshit. So
Yeah.
let me pour a shot, because
I'm not gonna vote against myself. Like I don't know. That's
Okay,
crazy.
he said he's
Of
not
course
going
it's
against
on the way.
himself.
Like what? Even though
And
you know.
You
whatever want is
know
a
you
jam.
broke some records out, but on the way, God lead Uncle DJ Luke Nasty. I'm like on the way, about to be on the way. That was one of like your your break records, right?
Nah. I had records before that. Yeah.
I said one of.
Nah, it was long before that.
Okay, we know it's some long before that. We know that. We did research.
That might just be what. That might be one of the. I can't even say that's one of the ones on the sample era. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the first records on the sample era of the things was the Lil Chucky record, the WAP, when he was with Young Money.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Okay.
And then one of the ones that really started the whole sampling thing was the California record.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Well, we was gonna talk about that anyway.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
you got one. Last one.
Last one.
Oh, here we go. Drum roll. All right. Curious versus Smile.
Yes.
So that's another one. Like you said, it's like because I'm a big fan of Midnight Star, so I always loved that record. Mm-hmm. But I loved it even more when Keith Sweat, LSG did it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so they did. LSG did a updated version of it, like in the early 2000s and whenever they did it, late 90s or something like that. I don't know, man.
Oh, Hanky, I'm already hot. Please pick one. Ooh. Oh, now this one got him thinking now, because before he was like, I'm going to bet
Yeah,
on me
myself,
I'm going
and-
to bet on myself. Now he like,
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the party going. Smile.
Okay.
do we have a drop the ball? Because he just dropped it like the whistle.
No, we don't. Y'all, hold on. We working on it.
You done took out those shots. You done forgot what button is which
Look,
one,
I'm
huh?
like, wait, which one is which?
We just know the applause
The
and sprinkle.
applause and the sprinkle, okay? Oh, here.
Girl, these is birds chirping. You know what? Please ignore that sound.
That's some Brooklyn stuff right there.
Right, okay. April,
The
April,
birds
April.
are chirping.
Y'all, there you have it. First class versus coach with Mr. Hanky.
Hey.
He barely picked a first class or coach and had us take the shots for him. Shout out to Bombay Vodka in the building. Period. So we're going to jump in straight to the check-in.
Yes. Yes. So, I mean, if y'all haven't noticed, I guess y'all could say he definitely is from Atlanta. But tell us a little bit about growing up in Atlanta and how that has influenced your whole music career as a producer.
Honestly, man, it's been everything. Just the whole scene. Like I said, we recently had like a celebration for the 50th year of hip hop here in the city, and it was crazy just being in a room and being with people that you grew up listening to. You know what I'm saying? Like DJ Toomp, he was there. He got a proclamation. Tip got a proclamation. I did College Park. Just a bunch of people that you grew up listening to. So just being around that culture as a whole, it's huge, man. Like you said, a lot of your homeboys, your homegirls, you know, a lot of times you didn't even know they rapped, and then you go to a club, you find out like, dang, they're like, you know, so and so, you know, bro, y'all used to play ball together,
Right.
and it'd be like somebody you ain't seen since you was like 12 years old on stage. You know what I'm saying? So that's always motivation. It's always good to see your partners, do things that they want to do in a positive light.
And for you to be a part of the 50 years of hip hop, in a sense of like you are hip hop,
Right.
So I know that moment is crazy for you to contribute to that as well.
It's always kind of surreal because, stuff just be happening. Like a lot of the records that come about, a lot of them just happen by, just walking downstairs. Like I ran into, whoever, downstairs, and it's just like, hey, let's get in. I got this idea. Let's do this. Boom. We out of here.
You see?
So that's what Atlanta do for you, man. It's crazy. Like if you got a hit in Atlanta and the right DJ here, all it takes is one down here and it's out of here.
Right.
I literally just told somebody that he's trying to be a producer, and I told him, I was like, Atlanta's one of them cities like you can get yourself into rooms, and all you got to do is have that one, and it's out of here. Like
Outta here.
You network, you meet people, you build relationships, have that hit, and then it's over with.
And really try not to do nothing too goofy, man. You go mess up. You go say some wilder once in a while, but yeah.
Nah, so Atlanta is definitely one of those cities. Before it was New York, LA.
Yeah.
But now, in order for you, or my opinion, to have that hit record or make sure that people connect with you or your stuff playing in the club, now is Atlanta, New York, LA. Do you still feel like it's within the triangle now?
Yeah, it's definitely that. I mean, because you got so many people here from different places, and you know what made Atlanta strong is very open. You know, most of those other cities you name, you know, people trying to, you know, they're like, well, you ain't from here.
Yeah, it's harder to break down those barriers.
You know, and that's honestly that's what sparked, you know, the South got something to say thing back with Outkast back in the day, and it just kind of been that kind of situation. So yeah, as long as you don't do nothing too goofy and you know don't step on the wrong toes, you'll be good. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotta ask this since you just brought up Andre, with the Source Awards, right? Were you watching it live in effect? Like,
yeah.
How was that moment being from Atlanta and Andre? Because you know back then New York was popping, right?
New York,
so
LA.
Here go these two Southerners winning a whole award. I don't know if it was album of the year. I can't remember.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then everybody was like, "Yo,
Who is this?" And they was like,
yeah, like
the South got something to say.
Talk about that moment as a ATLian.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta like. I don't even know if y'all really know about like Arnell Starr.
But enlighten us.
So basically, it was this show before before everybody had the air cable, everybody had Channel 69.
Okay.
It's called UPN now. And so back then, it was a local show called American Rap Makers.
Okay.
And the host of it, his name was Arnell Starr. I think he passed already. But basically, that's where a lot of our local artists were seen first by us.
Okay.
So I remember seeing them. That's the first time I saw Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music was on that show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was huge, just seeing somebody, you know, from the house that looked like you, that talked with like you know, Dre was up there like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm like, boy, that boy from East Point for real, man. Like, you know. So it was everything, you know, and then that was it. That just started the whole train. And I think what was dope about it, you know, shortly after that you had, even though Atlanta was still doing their thing, you had No Limit come out. Then you had UGK. Like, we was listening to all these people. That's why the whole Memphis movie is funny, because everybody acted like it's new.
Right.
But it's
new.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, it never, like, we've been on about Memphis. We've been on 8 Ball,
MJG, yep.
Been on DJ Squeaky, Skinny Pimp, Play or Fly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, he taking it back, yeah.
Tommy Wright the Third, you know, when Master P came out with Down South Hustlers and that compilation that had Break 'Em Off some with UGK. And, you know, the South was already kind of unified because the East Coast and the West Coast was fighting with each other. Yeah, we down here partying. We had Freaknik going on the whole floor.
Yeah, they was having fun.
We don't know
and
what
we over here dodging bullets. Like, the fuck?
Like, you from the West Coast?
Just like,
Yeah, so while y'all was doing that, we had Freaknik going on, and we living our best life, you know.
You know what?
you a
It's
part of
always
any-
the Southern hospitality.
you a part of any of those Freaknik videos?
I was too young to be out there, so
Oh,
that's
like
my
how old? 13?
that's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. I was out there though. I was out there
Right.
in front of the 559.
Okay, because someone said they was a teenager too, so I said how old? They was like, 16, 17. Oh, you was a part of it.
Yeah.
I wasn't even that old.
You was younger than that?
I was way younger than that.
Oh. Well, but you saw some things.
I saw a lot. I saw a lot.
How you feel about them trying to like make this documentary about Freaknik?
I don't know, because it was a different time back then. Like, it wasn't, people were just really having fun. So not like people start having fun now, and the first thing they do is start pulling out their phones and start.
Oh, well, they didn't have phones. They had
Camcorders. They
camcorders.
was like this, hand through that little thing. It was like,
Yeah, so it's different, man, because I don't, like, that just wasn't the vibe back then. It was just having fun. Yeah, people were just having fun. Girls were just going crazy on the back of the truck, doing whatever.
And that's fun. Because if I was to do that now, I'm a whore.
I wouldn't judge you.
Y'all heard here first. If
Mr. Hanky ain't judging.
You only a whore if you get paid for it.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Hold
and
on.
then you're a paid
Paid
whore.
whore. Like, that's it. You're a prostitute.
Right. So So we're gonna jump into it because I know y'all wondering where did the name
Hanky come from?
Now listen, I know you're gonna tell us, but after you tell us, because I know where it came from, I would be offended. But go ahead, Hanky.
Oh no, I got a name for the cartoon South Park.
The Christmas Pooh?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
You know what?
Yeah.
Well, South Park, that was the Christmas.
Yeah.
So
I got the name in college.
Okay.
So
in college,
tell them what college you went to. Let's bring it back.
So when I was at Southern University,
Okay.
shout out to Southern University.
HBCUs on deck.
When you know the best HBCU.
No, here we go,
See,
y'all.
was good until you
Here
just
we
said
go.
that.
Here we go.
Shout out to Albany State University, the best HBCU, the unsinkable Albany State University. Thank you very
You talking
much.
about the one that flood?
Okay,
That's why y'all came with the unsinkable.
we did flood back in '97, but it's okay. That's why we're unsinkable.
I'm talking about the whole administration building just going down the street.
We had a major. We did.
It was crazy. Shout out to y'all. Y'all survived. Titanic.
Right.
Well, at least y'all not the submarine.
Right.
The Albany State submarine.
No, I like to keep the Titanic.
Nah, but so yeah, while I was in the band and all that good stuff as a freshman band member, he was called Krabs, and everybody had a crab name.
Okay.
Yeah, so everybody had a name, and you know, one of the upperclassmen came in one day, was like, "You Mr. Hanky from South Park." I was like,
Yo, did you even know who was Hanky from South Park?
yeah, I used to watch South Park all the time. I thought it was funny to me, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I just like, okay, cool, whatever, you know.
And now look, he's super producer.
But it
Mr.
just kind of stuck because I was DJing at the time too.
Okay.
So you know.
But I get that. But how did? Okay, they say, yo, we gonna call you because I'm guessing this was your freshman band process. We're not gonna say what's that called, but your freshman brand process. So
Orientation.
We're gonna call it
Orientation.
Right?
Shaboing boing.
Shaboing boing. We're gonna call it orientation. So when they say, yo, we gonna call you Hanky from South Park, you thought it was funny. But how did it stick though? Like from now on, everybody was just like Hanky.
Yeah, because what made you say, you know what, that's
like,
my producer name? Like, you know what?
I mean, I ain't want to go by my real name at the time. My real name, dope too, is Corey Denard. That's my real name.
Corey Denard.
But it's a kind of a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? At the
Shout
time.
out to super producer Corey Denard.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Okay.
And you kind of didn't want your government out there at the time too.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of ran with it.
Okay.
I might change my name later on though.
From now, okay. So like I said, so from the freshman year, don't change your name. So from the freshman year.
All right, Diddy.
So in the sense of, I'm just saying, like, how did you have?
He said
Hanky stick.
He just
Because you know how many names I had and none of them stick.
Because like you said, you just meeting people for the first time, and everybody got a name. Mm-hmm. I ain't the only one with a name.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's people with like really fucked up names.
he like mine ain't that bad.
Like mine ain't bad. Like yeah, I ain't gonna say no names, but it's some,
Shout out to y'all with the fucked up names.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all.
Yes.
Baby.
It was a dude named Oomph. UMF.
Oomph.
UMF.
UMF. Oomph.
Ugly
motherfucker. Yo, I did not catch that.
Yeah.
Oomph. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I was, first of all, yeah, yo, you are oomph. Oh! So
I
I'm
would
ugly?
cry.
Not even that I'm ugly. I'm an ugly motherfucker too.
So yeah.
I would cry.
That's how it stayed.
Right. So let's jump into it.
Yeah.
So, like we said, he is the pronoun sample king, right? So a lot of the music now, even though this happened before, a lot of them are samples, and some of them is like, yo, where did these samples coming from? Because sometimes I feel like now y'all just doing samples to do samples, right?
Right.
So do you feel like the creativity of the music is at an all-time low with the amount of sample nowadays coming out?
I wouldn't say it's just the samples. It's like even when I do sample, you still got to make it an adult record. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people figure like they might see you have success with a record or a couple of samples and say, oh, that's all we got to do.
Right.
So that's what's going on right now. But people still not making good records on top of it. It's like they get a song And it's actually harder to make a hit record with a sample, because now you have a huge bar of expectation to meet. You know what I'm saying? So if it don't capture the old and the new, and it don't make you feel like that original, that's when people feel like, oh, it's the lack of creativity is just
right. They don't even add
sprinkle. It's
nothing.
So
how does that work? Like as a producer, like you get the record, like let's say it's on the way or whatever, or whatever you want. How do you make that a different beat but still sound the same? Like, am I getting too technical?
No, it's definitely an art form to it. A lot of people, like I said, they don't get it, excuse me, because people a lot of times they see the end result. You know what I'm saying? Like anything you do and you do it at a high level, it's gonna look easy to people.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They go like, oh, okay, cool. But my DJ background, and that's probably the reason why y'all see me out a lot of places, because I literally do research just to see what people vibing to. What making people move.
Speaking of you being out at a lot of places, right? Because obviously Shenelle said we see you everywhere. It's
more than one of me. I just want to let y'all know
it's more than one of him, but we see him everywhere, right? We read a Genius article, and in the Genius article, they called you the most famous producer that you never heard of. To me, obviously, we know you, and if you come to Atlanta, if you don't know Mr. Hanky, like you've been living under a rock. But how does it feel to have met the success of the music industry, but maybe not have that fame that everybody kind of holds on to?
Mainly because I never went for it. I ain't never do the stuff that you do to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen it before. Like, it's cool. Like the thing about the fame part of it, like once you jump out there and own it, you got to keep doing it every day.
Okay.
So you got to jump into this character every day. You can't even go to the grocery store without putting on your jewelry and you just got to do the most everywhere you go. You feel me? So, and there's times when I do that, but I just be focused on the work.
Now, if you really see Hanky in real life, he is. When I tell you, you gotta look like, yo, is that Hanky? Yo, he here?
Yeah.
Oh, what up? Like, when I tell you cool, humble, I know you hear that word humble all the time, but seriously, Hanky, like in a sense of, I'm happy to, know you in a sense of like, yo, I can say I know Hanky.
Yeah, like if we pull up somewhere, we could be like, no, we know him, and he won't be like, who are y'all?
Yo, what if he's at a party?
Hanky! And he like, what security. Them two. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Did he just call security on that?
Yo, it was at one point, it was an event going on, and this was probably like last year. Hanky hit me up. I was like, yo, somebody hit me up. They looking for like, women talent, hit this person up. And I was like, oh my God. And I was really just starting out in my media career. So he definitely shout out. He made the connect, and now me and her still cool.
That's what's up. Look at Hanky.
Stop playing.
Yeah, let's give him a little applause.
Give him an applause.
Give him an applause, y'all.
Smile, bitch. Smile. So, all right. So let's say this. You have training in playing the trumpet and the piano. So one thing that you did say is you're a musician first before you're a producer.
Right.
And according, with your background, you grew up in the music industry. Your mom and your sister were professional musicians.
Oh, yeah, I did research, huh?
Oh, we're professionals.
Y'all real journalists over here.
Yeah, say it for the camera right there, please.
Welcome to Flew
We
Here,
grew here. We do not play. We're
About
real
our
journalists. Okay, thank you.
And back at
Getcha. Back.
So like we say, you grew up in a sense of like music is all you know. So talk about that background in a sense of what was your first introduction to music? Of course, it's your parents, but where did you get that love from in the sense of like, oh, okay, this is it?
I heard Michael Jackson Thriller album.
Okay, shout out to MJ.
I was young, and then I heard Planet Rock and Egyptian Lover. It was on a mixtape.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, the DJ had mixed them together, and I was like, "What is this?" Then I heard like the Fat Boys, and then I heard something that changed my life. It's a group called NWA.
Oh,
and the song was called "Boys in the Hood."
Cause the boys in the hood.
And then a little bit after that,
smacking it.
I heard this group out of Miami, Florida called Two Live Crew. And they had this song called We Want Some Cookies.
We want some good. Hey.
Right.
Hey.
And I just started going down that rabbit hole and just listening to all kind of stuff, whatever I can find.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, you was mad young listening to the Two Live Crew and NWA.
Yeah.
So it was not even the lyrics or the group. It was more so the beats.
Yeah, because you got to understand, like, me growing up in the neighborhood I grew up in, I was like a kindergartner hanging around 7th and 8th graders. I was a little dude hanging around all the
big boys.
The middle schoolers and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was listening to stuff I had no business listening to, now that I think about it. But it worked out.
Okay.
We love to hear it.
We love to hear it. So let's talk a little bit about me and Shenelle, right? Because, we told you we from Brooklyn, right? She moved down here, 17 years ago? Mm-hmm. I moved down here going on 15 years, July 31st, right?
Oh, she know the date.
Mm-hmm. I sure do, honey, because I came kicking and screaming. But I love Atlanta now. But Shenelle always says she moved down here right when Snap Music. I was actually listening to Snap Music back in New York. When I came to Atlanta, I feel like we came at the best time. And what we learned was you are kind of everything that we fell in love with about Atlanta coming down here, because you're behind some of like the talents like Travis Porter, Vic, Soulja Boy. And that created an era for me, especially going to college down here. Like, come on, that's all you heard.
Like, I went from loving the Butters to moving to Atlanta, falling in love with the dudes with the 3XTs, Jabos, and felines.
Tucking their pants and their socks.
Doing
that was never
like this.
Like with the white glasses on at the skating rink, skating in sync. Like,
right. And like ATL,
they still do that now. They still do that.
I was at the teen clubs and I was 17 sneaking into the pool palace.
Doing the pool palace.
Y'all telling on yourself, but go ahead, proceed.
We just saying. So talk a little bit about being behind such a great era, especially for us being from the North and coming down here and feeling so comfortable in that time. Like, I'm telling y'all, when I was Say Bye Bye.
Yo, when we realized that you was a part of the Throwed Off song,
we was like, walk around the club like this, walk around the club.
Just like this.
Like, say it, period. Like, no. But yeah, so talk a little bit about that. Like, talk about just creating that whole.
Boy, that was a time.
That was a time.
I mean, it wasn't even a plan or nothing. I was just doing stuff like I do now. I met Travis Porter when we put out the whole Soulja Boy era, because at the same time their CEO was like Soulja Boy's cameraman.
Okay.
And he stopped doing that, and was crazy. I knew them from being some bad little dudes. They used to be whooping people in the club during that whole Whoop Rico era.
Whoop Rico.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just fun. Like, we were just having fun back in that time. And it was no pressure. We were just having fun and doing what we was doing, making a soundtrack for the people.
Okay.
And it worked out.
You definitely made a soundtrack.
Listen. To this day, I still listen to like all of that music.
And
like, it's still classic and it's still hit. You ever been in the club when they like play All My Hustlers Say Bow? I be like,
But that just shows you that he made classic music.
Yeah.
Just like in the sense of his samples. Good Love, I could play that 10 years from now.
Yes, and our kids will love it. Like, we love Freak It. Like,
See,
so
he created songs for the
You
new
can't have the old without the new. You can't have the new without the old.
And the challenge, you got to understand, like, people, like, they think is, like, it's funny. People like, oh, you do a sample. I'm like, bruh, it ain't as easy as you think.
Yeah.
It's hard to make a hit out of something that was already a hit and make people forget about the old one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or make them tie into the old one. Because a lot of times, the older people, like, they'll hate. They'll be like, oh, they doing this, they doing that, but that's the challenge. Yeah.
So I know that you said that you are a musician first and a producer. So talk about like the advantage that has in the sense of how it helped you to be a better producer. Because nowadays it's just software, and that's not to discredit. If you do software, clearly you're killing it.
Right.
But the fact that you could do both in a sense, talk about that advantage with you being a musician.
I mean, it's a huge advantage. I can play the stuff myself as need to be played. I don't have to use any loops. If I want to loop something, I just do it myself, and it just kind of gives me more freedom and creativity on that side. I'm not limited to just that, whatever it's in the loop pack or whatever, I can just actually do it myself. The sample thing is just what people want right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, the other records I've done before then, the Shopping Spree with Soulja and Gucci and that whole era, the Travis Porter records, couple of them. But, when California hit and the Lil Chucky record, it did well, like, locally. But when California took off, that's all everybody came for.
Right. So how do your emails look? Like when Coach K, when they hit you up, hey Hanky.
I think he
first of all, he don't know. He's a grown man. He don't sound like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess.
Oh, he about to show.
No,
hey, Hanky.
Yeah,
No.
That's me sending the email. Hey.
That was how she said flew here.
I really want to know how do somebody hit you up?
That's how my emails and my phone calls look.
250,000, 1,200 voicemail / missed calls.
God.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
But that's why I don't be tripping on like the whole like.
You have an assistant?
Nah.
Are you looking for one?
Nah.
Oh.
I tried doing. I tried all that before. And I end up I always end up doing it myself. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, like the whole like I don't really care about being known to the general public because what was happening when that started happening, I'll just get calls from random people. Be like, yo, man, my son.
Oh,
My son, he's like 6. He's talented. I was like, oh my God. So as long as I'm known to the people that matter, to the people who who in the industry who do this, I'm cool.
Okay, so I gotta ask you something. So it's this song that I discovered last year, and I forgot who's singing, but it's "You Gotta Fuck It Up." Oh yeah, oh yeah. All I heard was Mr. Hanky. This be shit. This Hanky
Freaky
too?
Boulevard.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So it's producers who they would be like, "Oh, Zaytoven on the beat," but he really didn't sit in the studio with you.
Yeah, it's just his tag. Yeah.
Yeah. So you do that as well. Like, did you know?
No. So what that was, my boy Stewie Rock. Shout out to him.
Shout out to
Stewie
Stewie.
Rock in the building.
Atlanta Gym.
Yeah. So what happened was, my man Mike, he did the original. His name Mike made this beat. He did the original. And Stewie reached out to me because I think he was managing Freaky Boulevard at the time.
Okay.
And so he was like, yeah, man, this record taking off with the woo. I just need you to tighten it up, redo a lot of it and stuff. And I was like, well, whoever did the original, I want to make sure they involved with it too.
Okay.
Like,
Shout out.
Yeah, it wasn't no. And I hear a lot of horror stories where the big person come in and take all the credit. Nah, they ain't, because I've had that happen to me before, so I ain't, nah.
Okay, he said he not moving on that type of time.
Nah. I talked to, and me and him still cool to this day. It was just more me helping that situation out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people person. We love a people person. We love that. Don't act funny with me.
Yeah, don't.
Don't act funny with me. Really, Hanky?
So if we ever see Hanky out and he be like,
it might be the other me. I told you there's more than one of me.
Okay.
well, we need to meet the other one so he know us too, okay?
So I guess what he's saying is we don't know who's at this interview. This is what you say your name? Corey? Who?
Corey Denard.
Corey Denard?
Yeah.
Okay, so this might be
Corey Denard.
It might be.
And when we see him in public,
we're gonna talk about your company, Clean Energy Culture.
Yeah, I did research. So Clean Energy Culture is it's a nonprofit that I started with my business partner Michael Hawthorne, and he's a environmentalist.
Okay.
So how we met, he was actually helping out this artist, and we was actually just talking, and I was talking to him on the phone one day, and I noticed I was like, you kind of move kind of different. Like, what you do? Mm-hmm. Like, you ain't a normal, industry guy. What you do? He's like, oh man, I work for the Sierra Club. I said, what is that? That a club? What is? And he told me, no, it's an environmental company. We shut down oil plants. He just went into this whole thing, And then he started telling me about issues in the black community. He was like, y'all don't even realize what's going on. So he started telling me things about the energy burden, which is where in mostly black and brown communities, our energy bills are at least 20 to 25% higher than other communities. And that's somewhat, systematically racist.
Exactly.
Because if you're able to save 25% of your income on just utilities or whatever more than the other people, of course, you're gonna always be ahead. So we just started talking and stuff, and I was like, man, what do we need to, it was interesting because it's a reason why you see so many of us with asthma, so many of us with all kind of respiratory issues.
Even skincare,
skin issues.
Yeah, the water. All of that is a part of it. So he was telling me that. I was like, well, dang, man, that's crazy. Like, what do we need to do to make change stuff? He was like, man, we just gotta inform our people about what's going on. I was like, well, we got to make it cool first.
Right. That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah. No, so that's what we're doing. We're informing our communities on issues and things, and there's a lot of green jobs coming this way. I don't know if y'all noticed. Yeah, I don't know if y'all noticed. Like every car company, even the luxury ones, got electric cars.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's what we're doing, bringing awareness about jobs and making sure when everything turns to green that we're in the conversation.
Exactly.
As far as employment opportunities, and not just on the consumer side.
That's dope.
We love it.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
So
because it affect y'all too from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
You see how we was about
the air quality is horrible.
We did see what happened these past couple weeks.
It's like orange up there. It's crazy. Like that juice. Like that's what y'all rainwater look like right now.
Well,
but for real, serious business, all jokes aside. But yeah.
Definitely, shout out to clean energy culture. We love that. Anything to help the environment, especially to help us as people. Flew Here, Grew Here podcast. Definitely
support.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Especially because me and Shenelle, we come from like a real estate kind of background too. So I used to work in home inspections and she was a mortgage specialist. And when we had to do home inspections, like there would be so many like environmental tests before you build the homes. They have to.
You mean to tell me people buying houses from y'all?
No.
We're not the real estate.
We're not realtors.
We
make sure that you could get the house.
She made sure you approved, and I made sure the house was safe.
Let me see your bank statements 2 years ago.
People giving you your social security and stuff. You
baby, hold on.
She ain't no scammer.
Shout out to the girls with the master's degree.
Shout out to us masters corporate baddies.
Masters corporate baddies.
Okay, I love it. All right.
Right.
No, I'm joking. That's dope though. That's really dope.
Yeah. So, but needless to say, we know about how the environment affects everything, especially in our community. So yeah. So shout out to y'all.
Yeah, and we're doing a HBCU tour as well.
Make sure y'all call me because it's no HBCU without Shenelle.
No, please.
Thank you.
Please call her.
No, save your. I was about to say save your comments. If y'all need ambassadors.
We definitely
clean
do.
Energy. Right.
We do.
I got your number. You got my number.
We got you. We locked in.
Right. If we locked in.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up.
So we got the last two before we got one more segment. But April, go ahead.
Okay, so let's get back to the music, right? Which song out of your entire production catalog blew up that you did not expect to hit like that?
Like, dang. I knew it was cool.
Because as a producer, I'm sure you make thousands of songs. So which one was like, wait, what? Like you woke up one day and it was like viral and you was like, wait,
honestly, what? All of them, man. I guess that's why, that was never the goal. Yeah.
He's so
like
I just
modest.
want to say cap, but you
modest,
like all of, but it's got to be one where you like, dang.
I mean, of course, the living my best life one was probably the funnest.
I would say that because Lil Duval, you never thought comedian Lil Duval.
I ain't gonna lie, when I first heard the song, I was like, I don't got beef with Duval. Let's just say that. But when you think of Duval, I don't think of music.
No, he's a comedian.
But at the time, you didn't.
Yeah.
But now, the way them shoulders I'm living my best life.
I was like, yo,
it was like the most. It was like the most random thing that happened, like this, like that. Because, like I said, we linked up just to do an intro for another song, and before then, I had no contact with them. You know, I knew of him, saw him around, but we never really, talked about anything. And he came in to do an intro, and that was it. And he did the smile thing on his phone. I think it was a Friday. And I was crying, laughing. I was like, yo, this what you just do? He's like, yeah. He's like,
nah, bitch.
yeah, like we're in the studio right here. It's me, him, and the engineer. That's it. And he just like, smile, bitch. Smile, bitch.
Come on.
I was like, okay, cool.
I bet, yo, what do you be thinking? Like,
when these artists come in there
and
and
you
be
just
like,
like this. Okay.
Nah, it wasn't even like that. It was just like that one and throw it off, walk around the club, fuck everybody. Even California, like it felt good. It felt real good. I just didn't. It took off. All of them took off so quickly. You know.
I can see that.
yeah.
Now, give us a hint on the next artist that you are going to work with that will have us like, Mr. Hanky.
It's so many people right now.
We knew that's gonna be his answer.
Nah, because honestly, and that's what I know y'all hear that all the time. But as producers, a lot of times we don't like. They might say something coming out in June, and
then you never know.
You never know.
The ball
And then
might
it
drop.
won't come out.
Right,
And it
until
and he
next
don't want to
year.
be like, yo, we working with Nicki, and it's like, what happened? Yo, that's embarrassing. You was
like,
mad hype.
Yo, you went on them girls' podcast.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they like, nah.
Oh, and then you told my business?
Yeah. Because that's true. Some artists will probably pull the plug. Like,
So you really
told
I
me.
mean, I've been literally working with everybody right now. So you never know, like I said, when the song's gonna come out or whatever. You know.
Yo, I
So
swear,
we
I
can't
just
get
wanna-
no exclusive tea.
But just know it's some good people. Y'all just want to see his email.
Yeah, like whose management team is in here? Like,
Y'all, that was the check-in with
Yeah.
Mr. Hanky.
Hey,
Hey.
you survived.
You survived.
I was gonna survive, man. That ain't nothing.
I will survive.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so
Okay.
before you go,
Yes, let's get into the no-fly list.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'm a little drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
So the no-fly list means that people have lost their privileges to continue the foolery, and now we have to revoke y'all pass. So tell us something that you wish would stop today in the field that you thrive in, so we could add that to the no-fly list.
like, what is a big no? When it comes to sampling,
Yeah.
what is a no? Like, please, people, stop.
Oh man, there's so many things.
Give us like a top two.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Well, this is a new thing going on with producers. It's this thing they call loops. Basically, the kids people send out like they make sounds, and I guess you just add to it and produce it, right? But what ends up happening is like they send these things out to everybody, and the thing about it is I don't use them for this purpose. They send them out to everybody, so nothing's exclusive. But this is the problem. They'll present the beat or they'll present the sound as if it's just them involved.
Okay.
And come to find out, it's like 5 to 10 other people involved, which I think is crazy because if you need that many people on the beat, like that's crazy.
Then you're whack.
Right. It's not, this stuff is not that complicated to be producing with 4 or 5 other people. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Like it's really not. But
How many people you get? Is you and just you or one? Maybe have another
me and
person?
me.
Oh,
He said,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, I don't mind collabing with people, but it's got to make sense. Like if I already got the idea to do it, that don't make sense.
Right. So don't, like, who is this?
Right.
Man, I need him or her.
or her.
No, like I said, it's cool, but like I said, as long as it makes sense, a lot of times, I think that need to stop too. Like, it'd be 4 or 5 people on the beat and be like, what you did? Like, I just put the claps in. Like,
And then when that check come down, they got 73 cents. They got 73 cents. Like,
yeah, it's
boy,
wild.
get out of here.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, it's so many things. But for the most part, I like where music is right now.
Okay.
You know, I'm not one of those people who like, man, the game messed up.
The game done changed.
Yeah, the minute you do that, that's when you lost, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
That's when you know it's
'cause
downhill from there.
Well, you got to keep in mind, like, you know, like when you was 17.
People was looking at y'all like that.
Exactly. Nobody who's 25 and up should be telling anybody who's 17 what they should like.
Well, me being 25, I will not tell them. All right, y'all. Well, that concludes this episode of Grew Hair, Flew Hair in honor of Mr. Hanky.
Hey, Mr. Hanky, tell the people where they can follow you.
So y'all can follow me at all social media. Mr. Hanky, BAMRHANKYBEAT. That's for Spotify and Apple Music. Follow my artist page on there. I got my single on there called Nutty Twerk featuring Erica Banks.
Okay, shout out to Erica.
Shout out to Erica. And I got a new single right now, Ain't Got Time. Going crazy.
Ain't got time.
You know what I mean?
Yo, I bet you when Hanky be in the club and they drop his songs, he be like,
This me.
I don't even do that though.
and everybody in the club, I bet you they singing it. And you like, little do y'all
I did this.
know,
I did this.
No, I mean, I honestly like. It's cool. It's always a dope feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it's like almost, you know, we in this room right now, and this whole thing goes to the world. It's like, damn, it was only 4 people in that room at that time.
Right.
Shout out to the producer, man.
Shout out to them. Make sure y'all follow your favorite Brooklyn baddie, Shenelle Simone, at I Am Shenelle Simone.
And y'all know who it is, your girl April B, your favorite media maven. Make sure y'all follow me at It's April B __. And don't forget to follow the podcast at FHGH Podcast on all social media platforms. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Episodes drop every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, and we'll see y'all next time.
Chill.